On one of those plates at 400, you know, the paper plate, pick one out, just fire 3 shots.
Okay.
And then we'll go take a look.
Not worried about the barrel warming up? This
No.
thing's still hot.
It's all right. We shot a whole box of ammo.
He's not worried. You're the one that's shooting.
Rifle there, I can't believe it.
Okay, what we have is Rod Whitaker is going to try the rapid reticle of the 308 Sniper. And he's going to fire a shot at 200 yards and then move right to the 400-yard target system and then fire 3 shots, and then we'll go out and take a look. We're looking for group. We didn't peg the wind.
It's got a heavy trigger. You know that?
That's a stock Ruger M77 right out of the box. How do you like the rapid reticle in this gun, Rod?
Excellent. It was really easy on the 400 because it's right at the center of the scope. It's easy to pick up.
Well, let's go see how you did. You hit that 200-yard plate dead center.
Dead centered it.
So we knew that you were on for that pin. Let's see where the 400. Now, a little windy. That's the thing about knowing your wind and being able to read it.
That low left.
You've got about a 4-inch group going. And if you came up about 8 clicks, or would it be less than that? 4 clicks, right?
What's an inch at 400 yards? Each click should be an inch at 400.
So we want to come up about 5
4 clicks would be 4 inches. So
5 or 6 clicks for you, and you'd be right dead center at 400, and that's not too bad. And, and the trigger, like you say, it is a horrible trigger, but to set the example that you've got a gun right out of the box that does this, just imagine with a accurized bolt
with
gun.
With factory ammunition.
Exactly.
What I think is the way to do it is zero the rifle on the pin you think you're going to be using the most, you know. So like if you think 400 yards is going to be your toughest shot you're going to make, your toughest shot, you know, not necessarily what you use the most, but which one you think is going to be your toughest shot that's makeable. Like 400 yards, you zero the rifle at 400, then you're only going to be off at 200.
Yeah, with my regular rifle, I only, you know, I hardly. If I had that on my regular gun, I'd probably zero it for 300. 330.
On a pin,
because I never shoot over 330.
Right.
But this, that's pretty good.
Now you would.
That's good. Yeah, you could. If I zeroed this from my eye and I didn't put, and I had a better trigger on that gun, I bet I could put 6 bullets in that plate.
And maybe take
your
long
and let that
distance.
barrel cool too.
And your long distance shot, then hunting would probably go out to about 5, maybe even 550 now.
Probably.
Because the way you read the wind. So that's the whole idea. Because knowing the way you hunt and you do the varminting, you know what you can do and what you can't do, and it was the equipment that limited what you could do before, because you have to do come-ups and you have to do a lot of other calculations. Now it's all done once you're zeroed. So what'd you think about that now?
I'll take 300-yard shots with this gun now that I'm using. But with this scope, see, it would extend my range to probably about 450 yards. I would start taking 400-yard shots where I normally would pass them up because I don't know where to hold. For sure, I mean, it's always guesswork. You put like a body width above them and then squeeze the trigger. But this, you got point of aim. You can just put it on it. Bingo.
Well, that's a pretty good shooting anyway. Let's see what John Rock Sr. does. Go ahead and fire at the 200-yard plate first. Hit.
Perfect. It hit right where my bullet hit.
Now let's go out to 400-yard
target.
Dead center. That's a 400-yard shot. What'd you think about that?
That is good.
Shooting from 200 to 400 and not doing any clicks. Now I brought it up to sight in for your eye, so now you could be able to go back to 200 and be right on.
That's serious medicine. If there were pigs up there and I had one pig running at 200 yards and another group up at 400, they're in the freezer. No more do you have to spend time analyzing everything, because as soon as your eye acquires a target, you're on. You just decide when to shoot.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Never, never. I've been shooting all my life. I've seen just about every gun you can imagine. I've seen rifles at the Army Sniper School, and everything that they've tried.
How do you think they're going to like this when they see it?
If they're able to see it, they'll like it very much. This will take training, marksmanship to a whole nother level. And I've shot rifles with mil dots, and this blows them out of the water, hands down.
What'd you think, Rod? You had another comment about the ammo and the gun?
The thing that amazed me about this is a factory rifle with the factory ammo, and it shot that well and just quick. You just, when you know your yardage, you know you pick out your crosshair, you lay it on there, and I mean, for what I do, you got 3 dead coyotes there. Very impressive. I was happy with it.
Good shooting, John.
Thank you. Good scope building.
Thank you. As you can see, the experts agree that it's not just another scope. When you hear somebody tell you a story about shooting from 100 and going out, that's one of our sayings, 0 to 800 in one sight setting. Factory gun out of the box. There was a comment about the heavy trigger. Factory ammo out of the box, Federal, 168 grain match. It's good ammunition, and you've seen the master coyote hunter, the master instructor, competitor, and they came out first time. They've never seen this equipment before, and they're able to hit 200 yards dead center, zip the pin up to 400, and hit a plate at 400 yards dead center. Now the wind's shifting a little bit out here, but we're using the 308 sniper scope, so the little bit heavier bullet than the 22. It's not quite affected as much. So you've seen it, they've seen it. Come and ask some questions at the booth.